When the winds of uncertainty shake your financial world, where does your heart find its anchor? Is it in numbers on a screen, or in the one who owns the treasures of the heavens and the earth? My beloved brothers and sisters, we live in a time when financial storms seem to strike without warning. One day the market is up, the next it crashes. Jobs vanish overnight, prices rise beyond imagination. And in these moments, our hearts begin to tremble. We ask ourselves, what will happen to me? How will I survive? But pause for a moment. Who gave you the first breath you ever took? Who provided for you when you were in the womb, without a salary, without a business, without an investment? It was Allah, the provider, the sustainer, Al-Razzaq. Tawakkul, my brothers and sisters, is not about sitting back and doing nothing. No, it is about tying your camel and then trusting Allah completely. You make your effort. Yes, you budget, you work hard, you plan, but you know deep down that the outcome is never in your control. You and I can plant the seed, but only Allah makes it grow. The problem begins when we believe that the bank balance gives us security. That is an illusion. Security is with Allah alone. Sometimes when financial hardship hits, people start thinking, maybe Allah is punishing me. No, understand this clearly. Financial tests are not always punishments. They can be signs that Allah wants to strengthen your heart, detach you from material illusions, and bring you closer to Him. When you have less, you turn to Him more sincerely. You make dua with tears. You feel your need for Him, and that is a gift. What happens when we fear poverty? Our ego panics. We start comparing ourselves to others who has the better car, the bigger house. This comparison breeds anxiety. But remember, true richness is contentment of the heart. When you understand that sustenance is written by Allah, you stop chasing shadows. You work with honesty. You earn with dignity. You avoid haram because you know no amount of haram will increase what Allah has decreed for you. Now, does tawakkul mean I should do nothing? Absolutely not. Allah commands effort. The Prophet said, tie your camel and trust Allah. That means take every lawful step, educate yourself, learn skills, plan your finances wisely. But do not worship the plan. Worship the one who controls it, because plans fail, economies fail, people fail. But Allah never fails. If today you are struggling, remind yourself this storm will pass. And if tomorrow you are blessed with wealth, remain humble, give charity, share with others. Because wealth is not ownership, it is a trust from Allah, and you will be questioned about it. My brothers and sisters, navigating financial storms with tawakkul means you walk through uncertainty with a heart anchored in certainty. The certainty that your Lord never abandons you. The certainty that your provision was written before you were born. So keep working, keep praying, and keep trusting. Because with Allah, there is no storm that can sink you. Understanding tawakkul in the financial context requires us to go beyond the superficial meaning of just trust in Allah. Many people misunderstand this concept and either think that tawakkul means leaving everything and waiting for sustenance to fall from the sky, or they believe that their own hard work alone guarantees success. Both of these extremes are wrong. Tawakkul is a beautiful balance, making every possible effort while placing complete reliance on Allah for the outcome. It is about recognizing that while we are required to act, the result is never in our hands. When we talk about financial challenges, most people link success and failure purely to strategy, planning, and intelligence. They assume that if they work hard enough, save aggressively, and invest wisely, everything will always go according to their plan. Yet how many times have we seen people who had everything in place, only to lose it overnight due to reasons beyond their control, an economic crash, a sudden illness, or a natural disaster? These moments reveal a deep truth. The illusion of absolute control is just that, an illusion. Tawakkul teaches us to break this illusion and acknowledge that the control belongs only to Allah. This does not mean we stop planning. On the contrary, Islam emphasizes effort and responsibility. But tawakkul adds a crucial spiritual dimension. It removes the crippling anxiety that comes when we think everything depends on us alone. Without tawakkul, financial worries consume a person's mind. They fear the future, obsess over the smallest risks, and panic over every fluctuation in the market. They begin to lose sleep, their relationships suffer, and their sense of peace disappears. Tawakkul acts as a shield against this mental storm. It calms the heart because you know that after doing your best, you have placed your affairs in the hands of the one who never makes mistakes. When a person truly understands tawakkul, they stop chasing illusions of security. They stop thinking that wealth guarantees peace, because history has shown us countless examples of wealthy individuals who lived in constant fear and misery. On the other hand, there are those with modest means who live with incredible serenity because they trust their provider completely. Tawakkul gives you the courage to face uncertainty without breaking down. It allows you to take calculated risks without being paralyzed by fear, because you know that success and failure are both part of a divine plan designed for your growth. Financial tests often expose what we truly believe. If we panic and compromise our values, such as engaging in dishonest business practices, taking interest-based loans without necessity, or cheating others. It shows that our trust was never in Allah but in money itself. Tawakkul liberates us from this slavery to wealth. It reminds us that provision is not created by the job, the boss, or the economy. It is from Allah. If He decides to give, no force on earth can stop it, and if He withholds, no one can provide. This understanding keeps a believer firm on principles, even when times are tough. So when we talk about tawakkul in financial matters, it means striving for excellence in effort while keeping the heart free from attachment to results. It means budgeting wisely, earning through permissible means, planning for the future, but without arrogance and without despair. If things go well, you thank Allah. If things don't, you trust that He has a better plan. That is the beauty of tawakkul. It transforms every financial storm into an opportunity for faith, resilience, and inner peace. The illusion of control is one of the biggest sources of stress and disappointment in our financial lives. From a very young age, we are taught that success comes from meticulous planning, calculated decisions, and hard work. While these qualities are important and necessary, they can create an unconscious belief that we are the ultimate controllers of our destiny. When everything goes according to our plan, we feel proud and secure. But the moment life throws an unexpected challenge, job loss, business collapse, economic recession, this illusion shatters. The fear, anxiety, and anger that follow come from forgetting that ultimate control never belonged to us in the first place. The truth is, no matter how much you plan, there are countless factors beyond your control. You may start a business with a solid strategy, but a global crisis can shut it down. You might invest with the best advice, only to see the market crash overnight. This unpredictability is not a flaw in life, it is a reminder that the world is not built to give absolute certainty. The illusion of control convinces people that they can create perfect security if they work hard enough, but reality proves otherwise. This is where the concept of trusting in Allah's divine plan becomes essential. Believing in the divine plan does not mean rejecting effort. It means understanding that effort is your responsibility, but outcomes are not. You control your actions, not the results. This realization can feel uncomfortable at first because the ego resists surrender. The ego says, I am the one who decides my success. If I lose, I have failed. But this mindset leads to frustration, self-blame, and even spiritual emptiness. By contrast, when you accept that outcomes rest with Allah, you begin to live with humility and peace. You still work hard, but you are no longer crushed by failure or intoxicated by success. This attitude brings emotional stability in financial storms. Without this belief, when plans fail, people spiral into despair, questioning their worth and blaming themselves for circumstances they could never control. Some even compromise their ethics out of desperation, thinking they must manipulate outcomes. On the other hand, a person who trusts the divine plan sees failure as a redirection, not a punishment. They understand that what seems like a loss may save them from greater harm or open doors they never imagined. This perspective changes the entire experience of hardship. Instead of drowning in fear, they seek lessons, adapt, and keep moving with hope. The illusion of control also feeds the fear of the future. People become obsessed with predicting every outcome and securing every risk. They lose sleep over hypothetical scenarios. They hoard wealth thinking it will guarantee safety. But absolute safety is an illusion. How many times have we seen fortunes disappear despite careful planning? Tawakkul breaks this cycle. It reminds us that while we must act wisely, security comes from Allah, not numbers in a bank account. When you release the illusion of control, you gain something far greater, inner freedom. You stop living in constant fear. You become resilient in uncertainty. You embrace change without losing yourself. You still plan, you still prepare, but your heart is calm because it rests on the unchanging reality that Allah is in control. This does not make you passive, it makes you stronger. You work without anxiety, you face losses without despair, and you welcome success with gratitude rather than arrogance. That is the power of surrendering the illusion of control and trusting the divine plan. It transforms financial storms into spiritual growth and lasting peace. Fear, anxiety, and the ego are deeply connected when it comes to financial struggles. Most people assume their anxiety about money comes from not having enough wealth, but in reality, it often comes from the ego's need for control and validation. The ego creates a false sense of identity, convincing us that our worth is tied to our possessions, job title, or financial success. So, when these things are threatened, the ego panics. It whispers, if I lose this job, I am nothing. If I can't maintain this lifestyle, people will look down on me. And from these thoughts, fear and anxiety take over. The ego hates uncertainty. It wants to feel secure, in control, and superior. That is why financial instability becomes a major blow to the ego. It exposes its fragility. Suddenly, the things it relied on for identity, status, wealth, achievements start to shake. And instead of turning to the one who truly controls everything, many people double down on ego-driven behavior. They start comparing themselves to others, asking, why is he doing better than me? Why do I have less? This comparison fuels jealousy, resentment, and further anxiety. The heart becomes restless because it is chasing something it can never fully control. Fear of poverty is one of the strongest fears a person can experience. It is not just about lacking basic needs, it is about the humiliation the ego associates with failure. People worry more about what others will think than about their actual survival. They fear losing social status more than losing food. This is why some individuals go into debt just to maintain appearances. They drive cars they cannot afford, live in houses beyond their means, all because the ego cannot accept being seen as less. This false pride traps people in cycles of stress and financial ruin. Tawakkul destroys this illusion by shifting your identity from material success to spiritual grounding. When you truly believe that your worth is not in what you own, but in who you are before Allah, fear begins to fade. You stop comparing yourself to others because you know that everyone's provision is different, and that does not make anyone superior or inferior. This mindset frees you from the toxic competition that feeds anxiety. But even with faith, anxiety can creep in. Why? Because the ego still wants guarantees. It wants to know the exact plan, the exact outcome. Yet life is not built on guarantees, it is built on trust. If you wait to have zero uncertainty before you feel peace, you will wait forever. The only way to calm anxiety is to accept uncertainty and trust the one who knows the unseen. This acceptance is not weakness, it is strength. It means saying, I will do my best, but my heart will not drown in fear because I know who holds my future. When fear and anxiety dominate your financial life, they push you toward desperate choices. People start lying, cheating, or abandoning their principles just to feel secure. But when you trust Allah, you hold on to honesty even in hard times. You know that no amount of dishonesty can bring what was not written for you. This gives you dignity in poverty and humility in wealth. The ego thrives on control, but tawakkul thrives on surrender. When you let go of the ego's grip, anxiety loosens. Fear loses its power. You can still plan, still work hard, but your inner peace no longer depends on external outcomes. That is the freedom tawakkul brings. It silences the ego and replaces fear with trust, making even financial storms an opportunity to grow stronger in faith. Turning uncertainty into growth is one of the most powerful outcomes of tawakkul. Most people see uncertainty as a threat. When they cannot predict what will happen to their finances, whether they will keep their job, whether the business will survive, whether the investment will work, they become restless and fearful. They start imagining worst-case scenarios and anxiety takes over. But uncertainty, if viewed with the right mindset, is not a punishment, it is an opportunity. It is a space where growth, resilience, and deeper trust in Allah can take root. Life was never meant to be completely predictable. If everything was certain, there would be no need for faith, patience, or perseverance. It is in times of uncertainty that we truly discover our strength and our reliance on Allah. When everything seems stable, we may forget who the real provider is. We start believing that our efforts alone sustain us. But when a financial storm comes, when plans fail, and when control slips away, we are reminded of our dependence on Him. This realization, though uncomfortable, is a blessing because it humbles the heart and strengthens the soul. Uncertainty forces us to reflect, adapt, and grow. People who embrace this reality develop qualities that cannot be learned in times of comfort: patience, resilience, and gratitude. For example, when income decreases, you learn to manage resources wisely. You begin to distinguish between needs and wants. You start appreciating the small blessings you once ignored. These lessons stay with you even after the storm has passed, making you a stronger and wiser person. Without uncertainty, these qualities would never develop. Financial uncertainty also deepens your connection with Allah. When you do not know what tomorrow holds, you turn to the one who does. You make dua with sincerity. You pray not out of habit but out of genuine need. You feel the weakness of the self and the greatness of the Creator. This spiritual awakening is a form of growth far more valuable than any material wealth. In fact, many people who faced financial struggles later say that those moments brought them closer to Allah and changed their priorities for the better. Uncertainty can also spark creativity and new opportunities. When one door closes, you start looking for alternatives. Perhaps losing a job pushes you to develop a new skill. Perhaps a business failure leads you to a more ethical and fulfilling career. Many success stories begin with an unexpected loss. But you can only see these possibilities if you approach uncertainty with an open mind instead of fear. When fear controls you, it paralyzes you. You refuse to take risks. You hold on to what is gone, and you miss the chances hidden in change. The key to turning uncertainty into growth is combining effort with surrender. You take action without obsession. You plan without arrogance. And when things go differently than expected, you remind yourself that Allah's plan is wiser than yours. This mindset turns setbacks into stepping stones. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You ask, what can I learn from this? That question alone shifts you from despair to development. So, financial uncertainty is not your enemy. It is a teacher. It tests your trust, strengthens your patience, and opens doors you never imagined. When you embrace it with tawakkul, Uncertainty stops being a storm that drowns you and becomes a wind that carries you to a higher level of faith and resilience. That is the beauty of trusting Allah. You grow even when the world around you feels unstable. Practical steps with Tawakkul are essential because many people misunderstand this concept as something purely spiritual with no connection to real-world actions. They believe that trusting Allah means sitting back and doing nothing, waiting for things to change on their own. This is not Tawakkul, this is neglect. True Tawakkul is a balance between effort and reliance. It means you take all the lawful means available to you while keeping your heart attached to Allah, not the results. The first practical step is to earn through lawful means. No matter how difficult the situation becomes, never resort to haram income. Many people, when facing financial stress, compromise their values and take shortcuts. They justify interest-based loans, dishonest business practices, or cheating others, thinking it will solve their problems. But remember, what is haram will never bring barakah. It may seem like a quick fix, but it will only bring more hardship. A person with true tawakkul believes that what is written for them will come through permissible ways and nothing can increase or decrease it except by Allah's will. The second step is planning wisely. Tawakkul does not mean ignoring logic or being careless. It means managing your resources responsibly, setting budgets, and making realistic financial decisions. If your income is limited, avoid unnecessary luxuries. Learn to differentiate between wants and needs. Living within your means is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of wisdom. When you plan according to your reality, you protect yourself from unnecessary debt and stress. The third step is taking action. If you need more income, look for opportunities. Learn new skills, explore side businesses, or find better job options, all through halal means. The Prophet encouraged hard work and productivity, not laziness. Sitting idle and claiming to have tawakkul is a misunderstanding of faith. Effort is part of reliance because Allah blesses movement, not stagnation. The fourth step is generosity, even in times of hardship. This might sound difficult, but it is one of the strongest demonstrations of tawakkul. When you give in charity during financial stress, you show that you trust Allah's promise to provide. Charity does not decrease wealth, it brings blessings and protection. Even if all you can give is a small amount, give it with sincerity. This act strengthens your faith and purifies your heart from attachment to wealth. Another practical step is making dua consistently. Speak to Allah about your struggles. Ask Him for guidance, for barakah in your earnings and for contentment in your heart. Dua is not a backup plan, it is your lifeline. It reminds you that you are never alone in your struggle. But remember, dua works best when combined with effort. You cannot ask for success and then do nothing to achieve it. Practice gratitude. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, your heart finds peace. Gratitude attracts more blessings because it shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Even in the hardest times, there is always something to be thankful for. Health, family, a roof over your head, the ability to breathe. This positive outlook gives you strength to keep moving without despair. In short, tawakkul is not passive. It is active faith. It means working with your hands while keeping your heart with Allah. It means striving without greed, planning without fear, and living with trust that whatever comes is part of His wisdom. These practical steps turn tawakkul from an abstract concept into a way of life, a way that brings peace, stability, and blessings even in financial storms. My beloved brothers and sisters, financial storms are part of life. They come to remind us that this world is temporary and that real security does not come from wealth, businesses, or possessions. It comes from the one who owns everything. Tawakkul is the anchor that keeps us steady when the winds of uncertainty blow. It does not mean giving up on effort. It means putting your heart in the right place. You plan, you work, you strive, but you understand that the outcome is never in your hands. That understanding frees you from fear and fills you with peace. It turns anxiety into patience and uncertainty into growth. It keeps your dignity intact, your faith strong, and your character pure, even in the hardest times. So, when you face a financial test, remember this: the same Lord who fed you when you were in your mother's womb, the same Lord who took care of you yesterday, is the one who will never abandon you today or tomorrow. Walk through life with effort in your hands and trust in your heart, because when you do, even the greatest storms will pass, and what will remain is your faith, your peace, and the blessings that come from putting your trust in Allah completely.